Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Physgun Fireside Denver 2025 group stage matches. This is the international land that's going on in Denver. I am Peter. We have J Max Chill on production, and joining me here to talk a whole lot of not shit at all. It's Josh. How you doing, Josh?
I am good. How are you?
Oh, I am so excited for this. Honestly, I went to a LAN this year, and while I was there, I was honestly more hyped for this one, just because we got to see the Australians. I've been following a lot of Australian TF2. I follow the Americans quite a bit as well. I'm just so hyped to see all of these guys play against each other. We got Europe here as well, who I'm obviously cheering for. So I am super, super hyped about this. And oh my God, we're the B stream, but we got the good game here first. We're so lucky, Josh. We
We
got,
are.
yeah.
I can't really believe how lucky we are with that. I mean, obviously, we don't get to see Witness Gaming EU in their first game, but we do get to see probably one of the teams you would predict is going to be in the grand finals.
Yeah.
But as lots of people have seen on logs at TF at the minute, there's that many logs. Oh no, sorry, there's that many views on the logs that are showcasing that Froyo. Granted, they weren't at LAN for some of those scrims, but they've been struggling at the start already. Witness Gaming AU, they've been bringing out a strong performance already, compared to like previous Australian iterations, like the I-69s. Didn't start off so strong. This one seems to be bringing it out much stronger already.
Yeah, usually Australians, they usually take about 2 days to get good, and then they kind of start revving up, and then at that point, maybe they don't quite still succeed. But yeah, this Witness AU roster has just been firing on all cylinders immediately. They've been taking maps off of all the top. On medic, we've got Lau, one of the best medics in the game, in my opinion. He used to be a really good scout, and yeah, just very, very mechanically sound. And we've got Enriv, possibly one of the best demos in the world. This land is stacked with demos. Enriv is one of the top three, I would presume. We've got Connor on Pocket, I think. Or is he Roma? Yeah, he's on Pocket. And then we have Down as well. Whenever there's a new Fortress season starting, I look at what team Down is on, and then I say that team's going to win. And that has like a 100% success rate. So Down is absolutely key to this team, and he's one of the team players that I'm really excited to see. And I think people are kind of sleeping on how good Down is. Then we got Cookie, who's the pocket scout. Oh my God, we're going live.
You're gonna have to speed this up because we're going live already. First game is going. Take us to the mid, Peter.
All right, okay. We've got froyotech. We've got Habib rolling out. He's on demo man. Hobbita's going to heal him. Then we got Lass and Patty. They're going to be the soldiers. Then we got Brand Slam and, of course, Banny on scouts as we are coming into this first mid. Soldier very aggressively jumping in. Immediately going to put pressure on Habib and actually takes him down. Going to be a good trade here. And now we got the double soldier bomb in here to try and get the counter aggression going. So far, haven't really gotten a whole lot. Lau is even going to chip in here with a kill, but now it's just a full-on frag fest. And look at that, froyotech will eventually overpower them. They sent the demo man into the skybox. He is done for. Lau's going to try to escape, but I don't think he's going to make it here, Josh.
No, he is going to get it. Connor's got the respawn, and Connor is a little bit of a... It's like a bit of a silent assassin right now. There's been lots of talk about him in the LAN, that he could be one of the best soldiers here, so keep your eye on him. But that mid was good. You can tell Froyo have got a counterplay in already for the second Habib dies on that mid, because the second Habib went down, both of their soldiers just went in straight away, and they've done this to take the second already for free. Habib's bullied them out, no deaths, equal Ubers onto last. Froyo, not very keen on being slow, already getting the soldiers buffed into lobby, and I'm guessing it's probably going to be either a single, potentially a double. I'd like to see a double sack, but I'm gathering it's going to be a single.
Yeah, it might be something like a 1.5 kind of sack where one soldier sort of pretends that he's in, or a scout will pressure really hard and then the soldier's going to come flying in. I think that usually has a higher success rate than just sending in a soldier. Like, lads, go in, go get him. All right, he's going to need more than a pep talk. He's going to need some help here. They are going to pressure their way into lobby here. Let's see if they can get forward. Right now, Connor's just holding the door really well. Actually, this lobby is super spam heavy, and actually Patty is going to go down here, not going to be able to get in. Last is weak as well. completely shoved out here of Lobby. Great hold from the Aussies so far. They've got the sentry gun up on point already. They got the dispenser being erected as well. That can be a really good spot for the medic to sit in when things get hairy. And also, I will just point out that we have 4-minute round timers, which is 1 minute less than in Europe.
I mean, even if the Aussies get one pick, it's never going to be enough to push out. They've kept Cookie on the NG. Silvo is still playing Scout though. Like normally you would see, well, in EU we would definitely see an NG and a Sniper at this stage. But the fact that they've kept Silvo on Scout, I don't know if that's just to provide the medic the speed boost so he doesn't have to worry about sack waves so much. Maybe it's to assist with soldiers when they get pressured in the doors. But we'll see now because they're pressuring from rollout now. Both soldiers counter-aggressing. The sentry gun has gone down and the soldier's in already. Paddy's in. Surf's easy surf for Lau. They trade out down. They trade out Laz. 2 for 1. Habib's still peeking for 3.
Silvo's going to come out here with the aggression. This is the upside to having a scout on these last holds, right? It's going to be a little bit harder for them to peek in and or hold the peaks, but once the suicide wave has come in, you're actually a lot faster to go out there and pressure. They don't really gain anything from it here. Cookie still hasn't really built up his sentry gun and gotten it in place yet, so Lau could still be jobbed here, but so far he's been doing a really good job of just dodging all that incoming spam.
This gaming AU hold is it's not very like proactive. There's no information gathering. Like Habib is walking into rollout really deep before, and it's like it's a reactive hold. Both of the soldiers are double bombing where Habib's trying to walk in. It's not very ideal because you're leaving so many doors open. I think Paddy again and Brandstam have taken the flank for free. Only Silvo's fighting them. He does trade out, but Down's gone from it. Connor dies as well. They're just not covering the doors enough. And the NG's going to go down. Cookie's down. Gun's down. Laz is really weak. He can't get a second, but they can just walk in and play the point. Brandstam's already onto the point. There's going to have to be a trade.
Yeah, they're going to pop the Uber now. There's a lot of work here for Silvo to be done. He gets 1 kill here, but now the counter Uber comes in. Banny is just frothing in the mouth now just to clean everything up. Soldier pushes everyone into spawn. There's still Stiggy's on the point. They need to actually put pressure on here now. The respawn is about to come in. I think Hobbit is just trying to get out here. So a bit of an opportunity wasted here by froyotech, unable to really capitalize on that massive Uber advantage that they had. And everything's going to just reset here, but that feels like they dodged a bullet there because, as you said, they just got completely overwhelmed. Paddy and was it Brandslam that just walked in on the flank there for free?
Yeah, they're just walking in the doors for free, completely. Like this is the problem with having a reactive hold. You're just giving up so much ground before Froyo have even walked in. Habib knows this. Habib, he's not stupid. He's just going to keep walking in and bullying each door. Banny's calling for it every time. This time they actually managed to catch Banny with a trap above 5. But again, Paddy was able to walk in rollout quite deep again. So
they have no presence on the right side. Yeah.
No, I mean it's 20 seconds. It's 4 minute. It's 4 minute round time, and there's 20 seconds left. They're just going to go for a mid reset. There's nothing to gain from it, so it's absolutely fine. But it's still shaky start for the Australians. I don't like it. And the trade's coming in now. Trade out. It's a very simple trade. The gun's only just gone down, but they need to be ready for the Froyo collapse. This is where Froyo love to play off, but Habib's already gone down. Laz has gone down from down. Very good play. Paddy's going to die as well. Really good hold from down, isolating both soldiers, and that's going to be our reset.
Yeah, there we go. Definitely feels like froyotech was in control through all of that, and not just because they were on the attacking side. It really felt like they were close here, and they obviously won the mid. So we will see if they can repeat that. Yeah, a little bit of a shaky start here, but if you're going to have a bad start, if you can come out of that with a 0-0 and a mid reset, I guess you can be kind of happy, right? That's not a disaster at all.
No, not at all, but they're doing all that. Paddy's going behind early, but Down predicted him. Down rolled out into sewers, putting him to 2 HP. No one's shooting him though. Oh, he does get him, but Laz gets a distraction and kills Lau. But they've lost 3 people for Lau, and Cookie dies to a pipe from Habib. They might still be able to collapse. Banny stayed a little bit too long, but he does have scout speed for Hubida, so I think it's going to be absolutely fine. Oh, there's not a heads-up play there from, Cookie standing AFK on the rock, and nothing's happening on the mid. Down's put Paddy down to 10 HP. He runs back into the mid, and he's surviving for way too long. And then, by the time he actually does get cleaned up, Laz has actually gone in and just got easy 2 rocket onto Lau. It's not really heads-up plays from the Aussies. Like, first mid, they got surprised by Froyo's instant aggression once they lost Habib, and it's the same again. They're not getting ready for any aggression or any plays, so they need to wake up a little bit.
Yeah, could be just the communication there, just lacking a little bit. We don't know how loud the land environment is. We have the Uber coming in here. Habib's going to try and jump into the choke along with Laz as well, but everyone just evacuates really cleanly here from AU. Looks like they're going to try to go in through the sewers here, or PC, sorry, as they have this Uber now in here. They're going to come in immediately. He blocks the cap as well. Everyone's kind of out of here already. Paddy will die. Habib goes down pretty weakly again, but this is a very classic seesaw situation. But the counter Uber came in so early here from Lao that the Uber disadvantage is very, very minute right now.
I mean, if they play it right, which is what I thought. Oh no, cancel that. I thought they were going to go. They had that much damage from that initial push into mid. If they had been a bit more heads up, they could have actually rolled that off that, because Habib left that fight with 40 HP. They had a soldier pick and Froyo weren't set up, but they've given the Ubers are going to equalize. Doesn't really matter about the cap time. That's going to diminish and it's going to turn into an equal situation on mid.
Oh, they're actually pushing on this. They're pushing on 10% here, and there's actually some real stuff going on in the flank here. Down is pretty weak. It's going to go down. Silvo is still behind lines, so that could really cause some trouble here.
Bunnies are behind on the mid. Bunnies are behind on Lau. But Lau's been left alone. He's not popping. Lau's got balls. He's dropped.
Oh.
And he's dropped. Oh my
No
god,
respect
man.
there. Silvo's still on. Okay, Silvo has gotten the force out here. He's surviving forever, so this is a trash Uber from froyotech, but that was really unfortunate. Bandy did so much work and got so much time to do that, and very unfortunate situation.
Oh, the Baddies BM. He's already bringing out the question marks. I hope I see more of that. I've got 20 more minutes of Banny BM coming.
Yeah, Bandy's going to be absolutely seething from all those scrim losses. Can't wait. All right. Nobody's really willing to give up any room here. This Soldiers in the Sky was going to land on Lao, and Lao is so weak. The Surf House, 18 HP, almost dies, but there we go. Everyone else has been cleaned up from first.
Oh, Silver with the counter. Silver with the counter BM. I love it. You don't give. The thing is, though, once your Banny's in your head, Banny's in your head for the rest of the game. But I don't know if you saw at the initial start of that fight, both soldiers were initially taking good spots. Connor did the high bomb off the wall above the PC health pack, and he ended up like air shotting Laz as he jumped. So Laz was basically out of the fight instantly, and Connor and Dan got the best bomb onto that mid and collapsed on 4 people straight away. It was really good, and that's given them a full Uber ad into this last point.
Yeah, they're going to pop in here immediately. Everyone's located in the bunker right now for froyotech. They haven't really been dislodged yet, but here we come. The aggression comes in, and they're just going to put pressure on the point. They just got boxed into the bunker and despawn. And that's going to be the first win here for Witness Gaming AU. Look at that. They were looking real shaky, but all of a sudden, one good push is all it takes. One mistake from froyotech, and they immediately...
There it is.
Oh boy, the tech
Uh,
ball.
It's like you said, it was a good heads up play on that last push. They took the right side instantly, got the gun straight away. One rocket on the point, cleared the point, and Enrif just didn't waste any time. He bombed straight over to that left side, bullied the heavy out, and prevented anyone from getting out that left side to block the point. There was no soldier though on the top right. So if you watch Witness EU, they'll have the soldier play above the top right spawn, who can initially block the point if the team decides to rotate left, like the attacking team.
Right?
There was no one in that position. That right side was completely open. Like no one even tried to burst out through the door either to get to the point. So they're putting a lot of eggs in one basket to try and commit to that one side, thinking that they can absorb aggression. But if a scout's going to cap your point, it's kind of like a pointless hold.
Yeah, I think they were trying to just avoid the team, right? Like, it's a pretty common tactic when there's an Uber to just kind of, be like water, where you just kind of move around them, move away from the Uber. You try to minimize the damage, and then once the Uber is over, you can try to re-engage and take a proper fight. But it did not work in that situation because they weren't contesting the point properly. If they had had a soldier bombing the point there just for a couple of seconds, just making it uncappable, I think that would have worked a lot better. So, yeah,
Normally, as well, sometimes you'll have the NG switch to heavy as well, so the heavy can come out of the spawn door, and you might have a sniper in the other door. They had the heavy in the panic room straight away, but it's very easy to play around a heavy and panic room if he's just chilling in top, especially if he has to if he has to unspin and run away from a bombing demo.
yeah,
So yeah, Witness, good, pretty heads up play on the last points. I'm hoping that they can fix the mids because that's where they're lacking right now. Even though the game is quite even, they're lacking in the mids. But if they can win the mids, I think they can take a lot more control in this game.
Yeah, it feels like it's communication on mid more than anything, right? Where they'll get a player down really weak, and then no one's responding to it. Whereas I feel like on froyotech, if there was a weak soldier in in sewer, then he would immediately just be picked off by Banny, right? Like he would just be down there.
Oh
Just
yeah, instantly.
untouched.
Froyo's collapse play or Froyo's focus fire is probably one of the key highlights they have as a team, and they've had that over many years. I mean, Witness Gaming EU has probably replicated that because obviously they formed after Froyo, but that's one of their key features as well. Their focus fire and playing off each other is incredible, which is what makes them such a menace as a top team. I've just seen, I don't know if you saw that, I saw the players move a second, so I don't know if we might be going live. Could
Hopefully
be
so.
wrong.
They said it was a tech pause, but it was a very conveniently timed one for froyotech for sure.
It just happened to be after the end of a round, and it happened to be Banny doing the tech pause as well. So
Do you ever just kick the computer? It's like, oh, admin, please. Yeah, it's classic. All right, I guess we can go through the rosters a little bit more since we have some time. And I got rudely interrupted by them actually starting the game. So I think I got to Cookie where I was talking about. He's like pretty much the classic Australian pocket scout. Where I would compare him to someone who's a very good sniper as well. I would compare him to someone like more Alexi or Kunu, right? Where he does a lot of calling. He's very solid. He's a good sniper. Seems like a very similar type of player to me, just looking at him. And then Silverdox or Silvo is just this really aggressive, high sensitivity, good movement scout. So I'm probably the most excited to see him play because he reminds me of Shocky and Tiger, right? Those really really aggressive and very flicky, slippery scouts. Very very exciting stuff for me. And then
but then
obviously,
on the flip side, you've got Froyo. I mean, everyone knows who Banny is. If it's not from his stream, it's from the videos or something. And you know, he's won many seasons. All you have to do is look at his Wikipedia page to know what his accolades are. And he does it on every class as well, except Medic. But he
yeah,
can do it on every
I
class.
want to say I have seen him play Medic for a bit, but I don't think he's won invite on Medic. But I think otherwise he's won on every other class. So someone do some research on that because I'm not 100% sure, but I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he's crazy good. I honestly feel like he would probably be the best medic in the world pretty easily because of his game sense and movement. Like that could, and the calling obviously as well. He would do very well on medic, but it would almost be a waste of talent. Um, but this for a team, I feel like the more interesting stuff is the actually the former Witness gaming players, right? Grand Slam and Laz. It feels kind of weird to see them on Froyotech because Witness Gaming was the team in America that kind of fought against Froyotech for a while, and now I feel like they've shifted allegiances. Grand Slam and Laz joining Froyotech. It's almost treason, right? It's so odd.
In a sense, yeah. But there's been numerous players from that you've seen in NA that have joined Froyo over the years. That used to be on like the team that was super, probably their main competition. And then, I mean, if you're Bunny and you're picking up players, Brand Slam is easily one of the best pickups you could make in current NA scene for a flank scout. The guy's a menace. He just runs. He can easily do what probably Ixie does, but he doesn't have the same pocket scout to play around. So I don't know if they gel as well as they might do. Like this is the thing: you're looking at Froyo and you're thinking this is the team that's probably going to go to the finals against Witness, but matchup, I don't think it's going to work. But then again, these Aussie scouts as well. They've been playing together for that long. I think it might be a similar situation here that they can play off each other just much better as well. Like Branslam's very good, but Branny's such a controlling kind of player that if you kind of try and take the control away from him, he's not going to like it. Whereas I think the Aussies are a bit more loose.
Yeah, that could definitely be the case. Then obviously you got Habib, arguably the best demo man in the world, probably ever. And yeah, and with obviously the best demo man in Australia. So I'm really looking forward to this matchup as a whole. I don't think we've seen too much of any demo man biffing the other one just yet. It is only 1-0, but definitely keep an eye out for that because I've seen some logs where both Enrith and Habib, and actually I saw, well, I saw one Lucas struggle log. That's it. Otherwise, he's been beasting. But it's it's a land with some weird unlocks as well. We've got the market gardeners, we've got the scout balls, we've got the lock and load. So all things that can snipe you really easily. So, you can very easily get focus fire where you thought you otherwise couldn't. So it should be fun to see how they react to that.
I've got something to pick your brain
Okay.
since you're a bit of an Aussie fanboy. I think that's fair to say. Do you think this is the strongest team they could put out, or do you think there's one player? If there's one player you would switch, or is there two players you would switch? Because you also, it's not just that you watch it. You also like people who know you're the frag movie guru, and that you watch a lot of demos, so you see more than probably what we see. So I don't know if you know of any other Aussie players that could have fit the bill for this team.
Yeah, so almost not. I would say probably the best scout in Australia right now might be Robor or Sheep. Not the old Sheep, the new Sheep. And oh, we're back live again.
Oh, we're back. You can answer that for me later. No, we'll get back to me.
Yeah, sure. I'll have it simmer in my brain for a while, but basically Connor was my big question mark. I feel like maybe that you could find a better soldier there, but so far that has not seemed to be the case. All right, we're back on mid here. Let's see, and with pretty damn defensive right now. They're just holding really far back. No big bomb in immediately here. Last going to be the first one in. Patty's going to join him here on the rock. They're basically behind him right now. The aggression comes in. Lau gets taken down by Brandslam immediately, who's on the flank. And everyone has just been pushed back here. Ember's going to get taken down. It's just going to be Silver remaining. He's being chased down very aggressively. Habib's on the chase here as well. And that was a very strong mid here from froyotech.
They're not playing the mids at all. They're treating it like their last holds. I mean, Silver's potentially winning this 1v1. He's getting health packs. He's buying a lot of time. This is actually really good for his team because the cap's been delayed so much. This means that Cookie will have a level 3 on last. And if Connor just equalised builds now, there's actually a good chance they can get a lot of Uber for the last point. But back to the mids. It's not heads up enough. They're standing and waiting, and they're trying to absorb. But in this, while they're doing that, they're just losing ground all the time. Like Lazli is taking space for free now, and they're back to last. Like both soldiers are one's landing in the choke behind, one's landing in the sewers, and then the scouts just running into their face. It's only a triple man aggro, but they're getting 3 kills of it. It's not really good enough for the Aussies. The gun is already down. They're in through 5. They haven't used Uber. Silver gets a pick onto Laz, and Paddy dies him down. This is actually such a good heads-up play from the soldiers. They only lost Silver on the sniper. Uber's been wasted. Back onto second they go. There's no gun went down, so both scouts were actually alive. Oh no, one scout was alive, so they can push out a bit faster now. But they need to be taking some ground before these soldiers get here, or it's going to be impossible to push out.
Yeah, it's always difficult to push out with them one man down. Even when you have the grad, you don't want to waste it, but they're just going to pop it immediately. They're going to catch one soldier there, Patty unable to escape. Everyone else, though, will evacuate out of here just fine. And I think we're just going to see froyotech hold back a little bit and then just re-push back in once they have the Uber bot. Actually, they're being way more aggressive than I'm giving them credit for. You pointed out earlier that they like to be very aggressive, but Habib is eating a ton of spam here in choke as he tried to walk through. There was some stickies there from Enrith that just held him back quite a bit. So they've been slowed down a lot, but they're still in pretty deep here.
They should have known though that there was no Uber in play. Like when Froyo initially peaked and they had one soldier dead, I don't know why they were playing back by 1 in rollouts. That's pointless.
Yeah.
They've given up so much of the map, and Froyo are walking, and Habib went down to 20 HP. If they had been just played a bit more aggressive and actually believed in themselves, they'd be getting kills. I mean, it's equal Ubers on last now. They've lost a lot of ground on right side. Brandsam's already dead and Paddy dies, so the wave is over, and it's just going to be a stalemate now. Cookie will go into Eng, and Silver will probably stay a scout. But, oh, Emref's been caught. No, just going to chill and wait it out. But there's a lot of respect going on there when it probably doesn't need to be. Like, you don't have to feed into these players, but you could definitely play a bit more disrespectful and actually abuse them when they're going in non-Ubers, like especially 6v5.
Yeah, it took a long time for them to heal back up in choke there. And I feel like if there was a soldier in the skybox bombing, down into the choke, you would have just had to not walk through for free, and you could all just move up, and then it could sticky the choke once again. And now froyotech would have to actually pop in to get in, right? But they just kind of let them in, basically off of the fact that there was going to be an Uber eventually. Not immediately, just eventually. So they're going to lose a lot of space here. Now they're back on last. There's 3 minutes remaining. They've seen, I don't want to say comfortable with this, because there's been some real pressure from froyotech that have been very, very dangerous, but they have weathered the storm so far. They're still up 1-0 here. But froyotech, again, they're taking so much space here on the right side, and now the center gun has gone down. Paddy immediately jumps in, tries to get the Uber Force. Unable to find the medic, but they actually find the demo man and a soldier as well. So now the point can be pressured. And looks like they decide not to. Actually, it's going to be just 3 players down here for froyotech, and they're going to push now. This is a pretty bold push, actually, from the...
I mean, there's no scouts for Froyo. Oh, Laz just gets levitated. He gets the force! There's no way that Lau gets forced there. He's been levitated. He's not allowed to see the ground. And now the counter Uber comes back in. Lau might be able to... No, that gets caught by Habib. And Cookie's caught in one as well. The Uber's not just faded until now. Paddy kills Silva on the side. Oh, it's just looking grim now.
Laz had the perfect view. He was just a helicopter there. Just perfect view of the medic, I guess. He sees rockets of his life.
Oh my god, 3 picks instantly from Enrith in the door, but it's not enough.
Yeah, that was a door crunch, but it was unable to do just enough damage here. froyotech, they're going to power their way in here off of the back of a really great play by Laz, somehow getting the Uber Force out. And there we go. It's all tied up. It's 1-1 here. froyotech make the comeback.
That initial push out again from the Australians and last one, they had the full Uber out. They had that much space, there was not enough heads up again from them again. Froyo were back in the choke and they decided to pop from rollout and catch a soldier. It's not good enough when you can take points for free.
Paddy pretty aggressive here onto Enrith. Enrith's actually gonna have to go all the way back, and the Australians, they've been very passive on these mids so far. I feel like they've just been waiting for the aggression to come into them. And this time around, Habib has actually been taken down. Paddy gets taken down here in the choke as well. Laz has gone down. Lau is surviving, and this is the big difference between all these mids. It's just going to be Banny, and this medic is going to get chased down. Hubida just hit delete, my friend. There we go.
Actually pretty good delaying the Hubida spawn now. Now they can actually delay their heals even more and potentially get onto last a bit faster. It was much better. They actually took a bit more space. Down actually bombed this mid. He just did a very simple bomb onto the right, but he instantly nuked Habib. Habib lost all space on the mid, had no impact. Connor managed to take the 1v1, I think, with Laz in the choke, won that. So they've already got 2 instantly good kills from that fight, and the rest they just managed to walk over with some good focus fire. Much better from the Aussies, actually a bit more proactive on the mid.
Grand Slam's going to be on Sniper. He's going to need to do something heroic here. Otherwise, this is going to be a very difficult hold here. Lau, 100%. I think he's about to go into lobby. They're just scouting it out to be sure, and so far, seen no trouble. Here comes the Uber. Gonna Uber in the soldier and the demo man and the scout, like normal. Haven't actually found the sentry gun very fast, but oh my god, these soldiers are just getting crunched. They tried to jump around and be distracted, but unable to do so. Now here comes the counter, or the aggression once again. 2 scouts on the point. Very clean push. Connor's the only player to die there. That was clean as hell, Josh. 2-1 for...
Did you see what Banny did with his sentry gun? So where the right spawn is, where you normally put the gun, he built a dispenser and hid the sentry gun beneath the points. But Enrith had like the heads up play with his little bomb to find where it was. So he instantly got the gun. But Enrith had another heads up play to jump out afterwards and then nuke the soldiers with his team. It was actually so good from Enrith. He actually probably won them the push by nuking both soldiers.
Yeah, body blocked them really well there. Very interesting stuff. It's pretty rare to see a demo man jump a soldier, basically. Alright, here comes the big soldier bomb in here from Connor and down. A lot of aggression in choke. Habib has gone down again, and now it's just full-on chaos. Last gonna get a kill here, but look at that. It's just gonna be Hubida trying to get out of here with Brand Slam, and that's the only saving grace here. The mids have turned around for Witness Gaming. They are powering up.
Witness Gaming, I know I've been giving them a bit of slack for playing this sort of reactive gameplay in certain points where it shouldn't be reactive, especially not on last points. But the mids, they're paying attention. They're figuring it out slowly. I know you said maybe the jet lag's fading out, but they're definitely paying attention. But America's coming back in. Laz has bombed in. Brand stands him on the flank, and they've ended up with an Uber trade. But there's 5 people from Froyo in one door for this Uber trade. Cookie's getting a trade of his life, but he ends up getting... Silver gets nuked on the flank, and they've actually ended up losing the high ground, so they're going to have to back out into mid. that could have been disastrous for Froyo if they got caught in that door. If there was one soldier that could have been a bit more ready to bomb for the Aussies, it would have been disaster. Laz has come in. Connor nukes Laz, but Bransam's in on the demo for free, and Paddy's in on the flank, but they're getting crushed in the choke. Banny down, Bransam down, Paddy and Laz down. Only Habida and Habib left to run out. Habida's not healing. If they
Oh,
see
they
Habib,
split up.
if they see Habib now, they know Habida's not healing. They know they're going to have ad. If they're heads up enough and they can realize this, that 10% ad is going to be more. Lau potentially playing like he might know. I'm hoping he does.
Oh, I don't know if they did. I saw Silva running back. It was like he was gonna go sniper, but I'm not sure. That just tells me that I don't think they've realized the Uber ad they have. And
No,
really
they
hope
haven't
that-
realized that the med wasn't healing all that way out because he still doesn't have Uber now. I mean, Dan's dead, so they think it's equal. It's understandable. They might have thought it was a bit closer than it was, so it's fair enough to just sort of chill out and just not do anything.
Yeah, but definitely a sign that we don't have that next level game sense just going on, right? So, some people will make those crazy reads, but not yet, I guess. As we just have a spy in spawn. Is he actual spy or is he spy checking? Okay, he held the door open here for Silver to go sniper. Silver's been a beast on sniper so far.
Is this the first aggressive sniper? This is the first aggressive sniper we've seen. Like normally we've only seen snipers on defense. I think this is our first aggressive sniper of the map,
Yeah.
if I'm
Yeah,
correct.
yeah. We even got Brand Slam having some fun outside of the spawn. You know, it's very normal to just sit in spawn and take some pot shot and then switch off. That doesn't really count as proper sniper play, right? I think we both agree. But yes, Silver
I
on
agree.
sniper. Yeah, actual sniper gameplay is happening here. He's going to take lobby. He's receiving a good heal here, but Soldier immediately on him. So they definitely know there's a sniper now, than what they're dealing with, and they've even put some damage on him. So it's going to be tough here. And you can see Habida is playing really far forward here. And like this kind of position can actually be kind of dangerous to hold if the center gun goes down, because then the soldiers could just bomb the medic if it's really close. But
They're getting pressured in this lobby really well by Froyo. Bransam gets two massive kills actually, Connor and Enrif. There's not really a position to trade off this, and Cookie's really low. Paddy's 1 HP on the flank, does manage to get out. I mean, they've just sort of bullied their way out by just getting 2 picks. Pushing out as the NG as well. That's a good move, a good classic move. I respect that. Just leave the gun on last. You've got 7th player. Well played for Froyo, a good push out. They're not stuck on last now.
yeah, great hold. Just the pressure absolutely getting to froyotech there. They have lost a soldier now, and you can just see Silver taking so much space. He is so dangerous. And they just need to absolutely make sure that he does not get the space that he needs. But actually a great bomb in here from Laz. Going to completely shut down all the aggression. Enders has gone down again. Maybe a bit of a pattern here with Enders getting taken down. Silva's in too deep. He's going to get picked off. Everyone's shiny, so he can't even go for the hero shot. As everyone else is going to limp out of here. But Lau, he did preserve his Uber. There's still a soldier behind lines. As he
Come on, Down might win this. Down might win this. Down is buying he's buying all the time in the world, and they can come back in with the Uber advantage. Why are they not going in? Oh my god, Froyo actually could have kept that point if they kept ×5 on it as well. So misplay from Froyo, and that could have been an even worse misplay from the Aussies. But they've used in the Uber aggressively. Froyo, Habib is caught in no man's land. Habib's caught. Habib's out. Laz has gone behind. Banny is pushing the flank onto
Backcap
down.
though from Laz.
Backcap City. He's 1 HP on the point. Silver wins the 1v1. Down is weak on the flank, but Banny's trying to survive as well. They might get another pick on the flank. Silver's taking the 1v1. I'm hoping he doesn't lose this, because if you're going to get BM'd, they're pushing
Paddy
into Laz. There's too much distraction.
Yeah, Paddy did a lot, but it might not be enough. There's too much cap on your Laz. Can Habib do it? He cannot. He's out too late. It's going to be 3-1 now in favor of Witness Australia. They are just putting on a clinic right now. Just this
I am
pressure.
liking what I'm seeing. I mean, there were so many things that could have gone wrong there, but so many things that went right at the same time. But playing off Down went behind, killed Bransam, and killed Paddy when he was rolling out. Bought all the time in the world. Froyo failed to cap that midpoint. They had ×5, and people just started jumping off it they could have actually potentially capped and then left. But all's well ends well. Aussies now 3-1 up.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a very messy game. It doesn't look that clean to me. And here comes the big soldier bomb again, coming out on froyotech immediately. And they're going to take down Silva and Cookie, so no scouts present. And this is just going to be a quick exit here. Envid's going to see if he can escort his medic out of here. And looks like he is going to successfully do so, but Man, froyotech really got that mid fast.
That was a lovely bomb from both of the soldiers on Froyo. They instantly realised that the scouts were tunneling forward, and the pressuring last, so we'll discuss the mid after. But Froyo already trying to do the pressure cooker onto last. We've got a soldier, Connor going into lobby to take the fight with Paddy. Connor might win this. Connor wins the fight. Ubers are going to be equal as well. They're going to have to back out of the Froyo. Connor manages to live as well, and the second point still hasn't been capped. So if you're the Aussies, this is a pretty safe space. You have time to get the gun and time to set up. But I think the Aussies need to realise their gun is not accomplishing much. The position they're using on the front of the point, it's just getting spammed for free. Like Froyo are taking the gun every time, and the gun's not doing any counter aggression. They need to start using a different position.
Yeah. Where do you think they should put the gun instead? Like, what would be a good spot to still shut down any bombers, do you think?
I think they should try and utilize the gun a bit more to the rollouts, because Habib is pressuring from rollout for free every time, and only one soldier pressures from lobby. It's actually a soldier. I think Paddy is joining Habib from the rollout when they pressure and get the gun, and then Laz bombs from the lobby because he just stays healthy. But I mean, they've moved it a little bit. It's playing a bit more central, the gun now, but it's still in that very spammable spot. So as long as it actually pressures a door, it could actually be useful, but it's still not pressuring the door.
Yeah, they are really far back on this point. You can really see the difference between the froyotech hold and the witness hold. Where witness gaming, they're sitting really far back, whereas froyotech, they are on the doors. They are spamming the doors really aggressively and trying to get picks. And here we go, this pressure again. Habib
Again,
and
instantly.
Eddie, yeah, get down for it as well.
Oh,
And
no.
Enlith, oh my god, this is so good for froyotech.
Lau almost ended up dropping. He ended up going down to 10 HP, but they got the spawn. Beautiful shot from Paddy, and they get the cap for free. Like, this is the thing, right? This has happened numerous times so far, and not one of them has had the heads-up play to realise, right, let's put the gun in a different spot so it's actually shooting a door. Like, Habib peeks 2 seconds, gets the gun, and Habib's also realising now that these soldiers, they're just playing reactive. They're not proactive. They're not pre-spamming doors. They're not pre-spamming chokes. They're not even checking chokes. They're just bombing when he peeks, and then he just kills them with sticky traps. It's really bad.
Well, still a 1 point advantage right now for Witness Gaming Australia here as Habib is in the sky, but has to get arrowed mid-air there, so he's still pretty healthy. Last gonna come in here, Paddy as well. Actually been shut down pretty well. If they can just move forward here, Australia should be in a really good position, but Connor is just being completely bullied out, and Down's not gonna get a whole lot.
Down got Hubida though. Down got
Yeah.
Hubida. He managed to flank while everyone was looking at Connor. I know Connor was just shooting upwards directs into the skybox, but Down playing perfectly off the distraction play. Full heal ad for the Aussies now. If they play it right, they should just be able to walk this in.
Yeah, they are just trying to chip down everyone from Froyotech. They're not going to be able to heal up here. So they're just waiting for the spawners, and then they should be able to go in here. Habib, obviously, is going to have some stickies lying around. He's being pretty aggressive here in choke. But okay, actually just going to be an Uber in on mid. All right, very aggressive. I feel like they didn't have to use that Uber here immediately. Last is actually going to go for the back cap. That shouldn't really work. But he's in choke now, just jumping around, being annoying. But he is just a big distraction here. The point is still getting capped out. No problem. But yeah, what do you feel about using an Uber that aggressively when you know there's not even a medic on point?
The fact that there's no medics makes me question why you would use it, but especially considering the fact that Hubida had no one to spawn with because all the scouts were on mid. They've managed to isolate Laz and PC as well. This is perfect if you're the Aussies. The upside is, if you're the Aussies, you've got mid, and there's just over 2.5 minutes left. This is kind of like perfect position for you. Down's gone in behind already. He's taken bullying Paddy in for a 1v2, does lose it. I mean, you are going to eventually sack a single soldier in this situation. This is a perfect situation where you just sack one and just chill on mid. There's only 2.5 minutes. You don't have to do anything. But Froyo realised that. Look at it. Double scout in PC. They're ready. But Silvo's called it. Silvo's found it. And this Uber is looking horrendous.
Oh, they do actually get Cookie, though, before the Uber gets popped. So not too bad. If they can just continue to get some good position after this fight, they should be in a good position to actually get mid here. Yeah, it's still scout in. Actually, so many players go down. Yeah, that one scout pick really snowballed out of control here. Froyotech, they might be able to come back here and make it a 3-3 score.
This is the Froyo blessing. This is literally that whole entire Uber trade. That's just Froyo blessing in a nutshell. And there was a stream we were watching earlier where Americans play off vibes, and every player for Froyotech then had the same vibe of the second cookie went down, they knew they were going to win that Uber fight no matter what happened. They were going to wipe the Aussies, and they did. And now they got 80% Uber advantage to play with. Oh man, that there's no way Cookie should have been dropped there. But even again, down, did he really need to go in behind at 3 minutes left as well?
Yeah,
A
that could
potential
be.
argument you
Yeah.
could play, a potential argument you could make where he didn't need to. But Froyo's taking lobby already, and they're getting ready for this last push coming in now, Beta.
Yeah, 50% on Lao, so there's a lot of time here. A minute and 10 seconds remaining here. froyotech gonna jump in a single soldier left here, but not really too much pressure. They just try to pressure the point, but unable to do so. Last in behind lines, though, he actually gets a lot of damage done. There's a single scout on the point. Against a soldier and a medic, not going to be enough. Connor with the big rocks, and that's going to be the hold. I think they actually did it here. What a hold coming out from Witness
Oh
Game.
my god, Connor and down. That was beautiful. So do you remember like earlier when Froyo didn't have anybody on the top right to like do their last hold
Yeah,
and just completely got mulched? Down had the heads up play. They're going to go back to last right now. Froyo are coming in with the spawn wave, but they've got 100% Uber on the side of the Aussies. Only 45 on Hubbard. He's not. He actually might get Uber in time. They're coming in dry. They force the Uber out already, but they lose two. They get Enriff though. It's still a good trade. But they still haven't capped second, and there's still 20 seconds to go. Hobbiter wasn't building though, so there is no. This is a routine thing with Froyo. They never build at all with their medics, so they always lose out Ubers. They're going in dry, but they're walking into a level 3 gun. There is no way this is going to work out. Hobbiter's not going to
10
get Uber in
seconds.
time.
Yeah,
Connor has a
soldiers on.
huge bomb, pulls Hobbiter all the way back. He crunches them in the door. 1 second, and that is GG. Well played from Witness Gaming AU. Beautiful play, especially on that last hold. Then both of the red soldiers, super heads up play. One play top right, one play top left. One go at one go first. The other come a couple of seconds after. They nuked the scouts instantly. It was beautiful hold.
First official game of the LAN, and Australia has drawn first blood. I am really hyped about this. Obviously, froyotech is a giant, and they're going to come back. But I am so excited to see this LAN. Australian team that actually plays really well. They're going to be competing for the top. It's going to be so good. I am slightly biased. I follow a lot of Australian TF2. I really wanted to see Australian teams go into an international competition, and this is why, because I really believe that they have some extremely talented players, and this is just proof of that. So, whew,
I
I
agree. There was some definite some like there's some shaky parts. Like you can't go away from this game thinking that was like like absolutely go away thinking actually that was amazing because you've taken on one of the titans of the world. You've taken on Froyo, and you've beaten them on probably one of their most notoriously best maps. Like Froyo in the past have always been great at process. It's
yeah.
a great scout map. They love getting their soldiers in, and they love just taking the fights and being aggressive. Sorry, one second.
All right, okay. I am just
Sorry, I'm
gonna.
back.
All right.
But yeah, and it's the same thing again. And no one knew what to expect really from the Aussies. They only play against each other. They've never had the luxury of being on the global scale for years. And to bring this kind of performance out, absolutely. I would be walking away thinking, yeah, absolutely. I've smashed Froyo, and I'm ahead in the group stage now. But there's definite learning points for them as well, because that game could have easily gone Froyo's way. They take a couple of learning points. They could easily make this game a bit easier for themselves, and potentially put it to like 4-1 instead of 3-2.
Yeah, it was a messy game. I feel like both teams made a lot of mistakes, and yes, Witness Gaming they capitalized on a bunch of them, but they also made a bunch of really suboptimal plays as well, where they got punished as well. So definitely a lot to take away from this game. But hey, points are points. Well, actually, except this game actually doesn't count, Josh, because the logs don't exist, and therefore the game was not played.
That is true. So in reality, we have just casted a game that doesn't exist. But like you said, Froyo, they've got a lot of learning points too. Like the soldiers on the mids are very, very well in sync. Like the mid bombs, very good. Brandslam just runs in like through the low ground and just I capitalizes so much off them. But transitionally and especially on their last holds, the last holds are not good. They're not there. Like they need to really work harder on the last holds and actually get some better positioning. Like one of the last holds they had, they're both soldiers playing around rollout. Like it just doesn't make sense. You're playing away from your heels, you're playing into the enemy flank, and you're just making yourself a free target. There's no need to be playing in like silly positions like that, especially at this level.
Yeah,
But I mean, I didn't see much of a beep either. I don't know if he was quite quiet. Like, wasn't anything stand out for me. He wasn't getting caught by any means, but definitely
Yeah.
not like the take control of the game Habib. So
Yeah, no. There was a small period of time where it seemed like Enrith was getting picked off quite a bit, right? Where he was just being a little bit too aggressive and then just getting bombed by Lass and picked off by everyone else. So definitely some questionable play still here out of Enrith, but yeah, I feel like that we didn't have like a big game coming out of anyone in particular, right? It was all about teamwork and who could work together as a team and team positioning. Like,
absolutely. Like the individual skill of these players is unquestionable. You can't ever look at one of these players and think these guys don't deserve to be here. But it does come down to how you revolve around working as a team. And I think it was in a lot of moments where Connor and Down really came together. Like they were probably them two in a lot of the transition plays and the last holds, absolute highlights because their bombs were so in sync. Their focus fire was great. The damage they put out was great. There was nothing between them that you would think would have been the nothing between them that wouldn't make you think they've been playing together for years.
yeah, and like actually, Connor is the newest addition here, so he hasn't been playing with this team for that long compared to everyone else on that core, which is also why I was initially kind of like, I bet Connor's the weak link here, right? But when you look at who could Australia have sent instead, like who's the other soldier that they should have sent instead were like I think in general I'd say Riot is probably the best soldier in Australia, but he's not that active right now. So that feels right. And then you have I don't know like Fane maybe I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say right. And then Robor is obviously like a really good scout that you could probably say is better than either of these two players, but like he hasn't. It's not like this scout combo isn't the best scout combo in Australia. So then you'd have to like get rid of you have three scouts, so
Mm.
it doesn't really make sense, right? So yeah, you can't really send a stronger team. I don't feel like that's
They've got that consistency factor, haven't they? Because they've been playing together for that long. That's the best thing you can have for a team. Like a lot of EU teams struggle with it because they'll play one season together and then they'll just sack it off and just think what's the point or waste of time. But then you have a team that's like Witness Gaming AU where they've been together for that long. They've developed that consistency, and it shows. It'll always show in the gameplay. Because you don't even have to be the best. Like you don't have to be the best 1v1 scout or the best Spire nerds that can 25 everyone on Spire. If you can't play with a team, and I don't know if you can see this on the map now. It looks like Froyo are actually map talking this map as well,
oh
trying to figure out what went wrong, trying to put into place some modifications.
yeah, that makes sense. Also, I'm getting whispers from my secret Australian insider sources that Connor is actually considered possibly the best soldier in Australia. So that's just me being out of the loop there.
And I
Without,
even said that to you before we started that there was rumors of him being potentially one of the best soldiers at LAN as well.
yeah, but I don't trust anything coming out of your mouth.
Why? That's horrendous.
Yeah, it shows how stupid I am. There we go. All right. I guess we should go for a break here, as there's going to be. We're actually going to kick you off, Josh, and then we're going to get Freaky in here, and we're going to do another cast. I'll be back to talk some stuff, but I'm just going to figure out who these sponsors are, and then we can get out of here.
We've got Manco Store and Physgun who are sponsoring this event that has been able to bring all of these localities together so that we can actually get some global TF2, which we've not had for years and we're probably a long overdue for.
We were long overdue, and it is already way better than I thought it could ever have been. So much more of that to come. Stick around. We're going to go to a break. We're going to get a new fresh face in here, and then we're going to keep on going with this land. So here's Josh. Good cast, and we'll see you guys in a bit.